We've all been hearing a lot about sustainability, green building, and net zero. But do you have any idea who those builders really are? Well, we're here at Sustainable 9 on the Artisan Tour, and they will tell us all about it. This is Mary Jo, your new construction Sherpa, to guide you through the whole process of what you need to know to build a new home and a sustainable home. But before we dig in, click below. Don't forget to subscribe because you might get lost and it'll help you find your way back.
Okay, Paul, thank you so much for having us. I'm so excited. Can you tell us your title at Sustainable 9, what you do with them?
Yeah, I work as the head of engineering and architectural design. So I make sure that things are going well with the clients and the architects, make sure the design's on track from a building perspective, checking building science, checking mechanical systems, that sort of thing, and then taking it all the way through estimating and permitting.
Wow, that's a lot. Can you tell us a little bit about what differentiates Sustainable 9 from like national builders?
Sure, yeah. I mean, besides the fact that we are deeply connected to the local climate and kind of the local network here, we have a style that we kind of jokingly call Minnesota modern. So we really think that we are kind of built in place here in the community. And we do a lot of projects that are trying to do certain things with the communities, the city of Minneapolis's long-term plans for like the 2040 plan, urban infill, deconstruction, things like this of existing homes that need to be.
Now, Sustainable 9 was basically the first one to be committed to both sustainability and to modern architecture.
Yeah. Well,
And they were, like when I first saw them, I lived in New York for 20 years. So I'm, my standards are a little different than your traditional Minnesotan. So I went, wow. And those houses sold slowly. And then up to, I think it was a year ago when they did the development in Shakopee, boom, a lot of people are copying you right now. But talk about the inside of that. The name is Sustainable 9. Mm-hmm. Where does that come from?
Yeah, so there's a lot to unpack there. I would say, first off, Sustainable 9 is essentially an homage to an article that our two founding brothers read back in the early 2000s, or even a little earlier probably, when it listed the 9 principles of sustainability. And that was just a real inspiring article for them at a time when they were beginning to rehab homes and begin their careers as realtors and home builders. And that gave them the foundation to set their entire business on. So Sustainable 9 is an homage to that article. We've since redeveloped the 9 principles that we follow and try to adhere to with all of our homes. But in general, I would say sustainability in construction, especially single family custom construction, has been a bit of a slow roll, as you say, but there's definitely been a lot of good people pushing it forward. From our end, it is something that we have had to discover with our clients about exactly what sustainability means, and kind of find something to commit to that's very clear to the client and very definable when it succeeds. So the way that we try and really commit to the sustainability is through third-party verification and certification. Okay. So what that means is we bring in a neutral third-party energy rater who rates all of our homes, energy models our homes. It's not somebody in-house, although we do have a lot of that capacity. We're always hiring a third party that's neutral and unbiased to do all of those calculations and to fill out that paperwork. And then we seek at least 2, if not 3 or 4 certifications in every single home that we build.
Wow, that's enormous. When you were talking about in the early 2000s, net zero didn't start then. It started years back, but it hasn't gained traction here in the Midwest as much. And I'm delighted to see that people know so much more than they did even a few years ago. Modern design they love, but they're beginning to understand sustainability, real sustainability, net zero, and how homes will be in the future and why it's to their benefit. Mm-hmm. So who is your client and how do you work with them when they come to you?
Yeah, a lot of different people come in our door or start the conversation. I would say there's really 2 core categories: people that are really impressed with our modern aesthetic, and a lot that we can bring to the building from the outside and the inside with our in-house interior design team, who are phenomenal as well, exemplified by this home.
Obviously, yes.
But so people that are focused more on the look and feel of things versus other people do come to us more on the performance-based side. So we've had several clients that just come in and say, I want to build one of the most sustainable houses you've ever built. Let's do it. And we're always excited by both opportunities. But I think the onus is on us to start to bring more sustainability elements to every house we build, regardless if somebody's coming in for the style or because they know it's one of the core principles.
Perfect. Let's talk about, here's something people never notice. We have walls of massive windows here. And people say, yeah, windows. I wrote a blog called Totally Transparent and about the high tech of windows. Could you talk, now these are Lincoln windows, correct?
Yeah, these are, the brand is Lincoln. They're based in Wisconsin. Part of the sustainability, there's a lot of factors, including the fact that it has very low transportation miles since it's just built across the state line there in Wisconsin. In general, they have very good air tightness performance on a lot of their windows. They have very good low E coatings that we can provide. They have the option for triple pane. In this home, we have an upgraded double pane with upgraded low E coatings.
And I know you said the front door is with H windows, also in Wisconsin, and I know you are big fans of H windows. I don't know them, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, another local brand that was started by some a Norwegian family, basically, that came over here and saw an opportunity with bringing European-style windows to the American market. Great company, builds a very solid, very robust, very large and healthy frame, but with a lot of amazing features, especially the European-style tilt turn, the lift and slide doors, and they have all their doors come standard at triple pane, so sliding doors or swing doors are always triple.
Wow.
They're a great option when you really want to take it to that next level for performance.
What else do you use for more sustainability? What kind of insulation? What can you tell us what your basic sustainable home is?
Yeah, we've thought a lot about that in the recent years, and we've found ways to start to eliminate some of the, lesser options. We've started to hone our craft on that a lot lately. And one option that we can do is when we build a spec home, which is a home on speculation, so it's a builder financed project, that's when we really try to experiment and find out what is going to be the right solution to bring to our customers every day from there forward. So we recently completed a 3-unit townhome down the street here.
I saw it.
Yes, thank you. That utilizes exterior continuous insulation in the form of 2 inches of a product called mineral wool. It's actually it's a primarily recycled content from the concrete making process. It's kind of a waste product from that, and it kind of feels like rock cotton candy. But it's extremely fire resistant. It's very sound retardant, and it's a very good insulator. It's very highly durable, not susceptible to pests or mold. So it's a great material to put on the outside of the building to put a big quilt around it. So in terms of insulation, that's really where we're headed. And using that stone wool product rather than a foam is something that we see as a big positive. And then we would like to transition to using either a wood fiber based insulation or maybe even a hemp fiber based insulation in the future. There's some products that are very exciting that are coming online.
Well, talking about mineral wool, that it's a byproduct or waste product and that you're really reusing it and it has a long life. I mean, that's a perfect solution. Right there.
I mean, foam, you'll hear a lot of builders use spray foam or solid foam boards.
Like the SIPS panels.
Sure, SIPS panels, that's filled with the white foam, that's EPS. EPS actually is a lot better than the colored foam, the pink, the blue, the yellows.
Right.
Just due to how that foam is made, there's a blowing agent that it actually has a high global warming potential when it's released to the environment, the atmosphere. So in general, we try to find materials that are either natural, wood fiber, for example, hemp fiber, cellulose is just a recycled newspaper product. We try to use those materials whenever possible or integrate more of them. And that's something that is just an ongoing process for us.
A little bit about lighting. You use LED, but the lighting systems that you use don't look traditional like a little hard bulbs. What about the lighting system?
Yeah, for our lighting, we've really chosen in a general lighting context, so the majority of the simple lights that are just throughout the ceilings in the homes, we've moved to an integrated LED light of various sizes and shapes, but that means that the light is actually surface mounted. So there's not any large component that goes into the ceiling where you would
don't
need a
lose-
bulb.
Right, so then you don't need to re-insulate that against the exterior.
Yes, this comes into play heavily when we go up into the attic level or
Sure.
the roof level, because if you have can lights or anything that has a light bulb that goes into the ceiling, that actually requires a large volume of space above that drywall.
To insulate
That's
it
kind
and
of,
everything.
yeah, it's stealing space from where you could have insulation. So by having these low profile surface mount lights, it allows us extra room in that attic cavity
So
for
it's energy
full
efficient
insulation.
above, you know, in the attic or from the ceiling, and it's energy efficient as far as LED, and the life on the LEDs is pretty long.
Very good. Yeah, and we've gone through a couple different brands and found the brand that we trust the most. It's been very reliable. So once you have a really well-made surface mount LED, they can last for decades.
Wonderful. Anything else you want to tell us about Sustainable 9?
I would just say that for us, defining the sustainability on those certifications is really something that we think is important.
So you're talking about LEED leads, HERS scores, all of those, Energy Stars appliances.
Those sorts of things. Yeah, the ladder of certifications that we follow and is available to our clients starts with Energy Star. Energy Star, everyone knows from the appliances, but there actually is a lot more for the certification that's called Energy Star for homes. So that there isn't a certification that covers the whole home. It does require Energy Star appliances, but it also requires certain levels of upgraded HVAC and insulation. And beyond that certification, we offer an indoor air quality certification called Indoor Air Plus.
Oh, that's becoming a really big thing. Post-COVID. Absolutely.
Exactly. And this is actually a cert offered by the EPA. So they have really taken a good hard look at things that they think influence indoor air quality and put them all down under a checklist. And if you follow all of these and have it verified by a third-party rater, you can then achieve this Indoor Air Plus.
And then you're golden.
And so the third step in our ladder is then moving to more of that net zero type of application. So there's a certification from the Department of Energy called Zero Energy Ready Homes.
Right.
And so that is now something that we're looking at offering standard for all clients moving forward.
Oh, we have so much more to talk about, but thank you so much for giving me your time.
Of course.
I totally appreciate it. If there's anything else you want to talk about, call me back and we'll come in and talk again.
Anytime.
Thank you so much. Bye.